Breaking a solemn update from the family of a Gainesville High School baseball player who went into a coma after a batting cage incident. The parents of Jeremy Medina just announced he is brain dead. They will be donating his organs.
Tragic story there.